Kunal is here. Let's ask him about the market setup as well for this week and, of course, this Monday morning as well. Kunal, hi, good morning. The first week of cash adjustment behind us. What's the market texture looking like?
Yeah, it's looking a little bit more better. The cash volatility has been adjusted. The markets, I think, are now getting accustomed to this new reality at the close. And I think it's a good sign that the volatility for the markets adjusted from that initial 200 points or 150 odd points of a gap or a deviation from the closing, with respect to the end on Friday, where the closing was a lot more stabler. The gap was reduced, to a very marginal kind of a number. And I think it's a good sign because, gradually what happens is that the volumes will also start to increase once this new system is where traders get accustomed towards. Into the markets, I think we've been trudging quite well over the last 4-5 days. We've managed to protect the 24,350, 400 levels broadly. And I think going into the August series, the expectation was that the markets would probably just hold on to those key support levels. The better part of the market texture is that new sectors have started to emerge in this month so far. You've seen the emergence of metal stocks making a comeback, auto ancillary names making a decent comeback for themselves. So when you see the market breadth improving overall, underperforming sectors making a comeback gradually, that's generally a very good sign because for the Nifty to move up higher constantly, you would require support from the other sectors every now and then. I think the markets are finding a lot of support in that regards.
Kunal, market range 24,300 to 24,700, is that going to be the consolidation phase for this market?
See, I would sense that there should be a dash towards 25,000 mark somewhere around in the August expiry, because we always believe that a high open interest at a particular round strike, they generally act as magnets towards the for the indices. I think last month, for example, we were trudging around the 24,000 mark, and there were multiple times where the index tested the 24,000 levels. There were a few times when we managed to break below the 24,000 mark, but then we managed to move on quickly above the 24,000 levels. This time around, the range is between 24,000 to 25,000, where you're seeing a high built up, 24,500 being the pivot. So I would sense that there should be a move, at least maybe an intraday, like an intra-month move towards 25,000 mark. But yeah, broadly, the range is that 24,500 is a pivot. We should swing around 200 to 50 points plus minus.
What would be the, or which are the stocks that will push index to 25,000 from a technical point of view? Which are the stocks which are looking good and you can see a push, and they pulling the index towards 25,000?
See, one of the biggest stocks which is now starting to look a little bit more active is Reliance Industries. SBI, which has been an underperformer, that's also managed to make a comeback. If you look at the composition of the index, the 25-30% weightage of the index, which was dragging the index from not being able to lift off and break out, Reliance has started to participate. HDFC Bank, I think, is now the only stock in the large cap Nifty 50 pack, which is still acting a little heavy, and the stock is not being able to show any kind of a major revival or reprieve. But I think other than that, you've seen very good move for Reliance, specifically the second half of the previous week, where you saw the stock lifting off from 1,300, sub 1,300 levels to decent 1330, 1340 plus mark. SBI managing to come back to that 1,100 levels post the results. I think all of that augurs very positive for the markets overall.
So Kunal, what stocks would you recommend to trade this morning?
So two sectors which are performing, auto as well as metal, have picked up one stock each from the sector. The first one from the auto pack is M&M. I think that stock is now nearing a breakout of the 200-day moving average. Classical chart in terms of a breakout for Mahindra and Mahindra. So would look out for targets in the range of 3,600. Stop loss to be kept at 3,400. Hindalco is the other stock which I've been bullish on over the last few days. The stock has done decently well. It's bounced off almost exactly from its 200-day moving average a couple of weeks back. Completed a 20% mean retracement from 1,200 plus levels, which is the previous major swing high. So I think with the retracement complete, with the price correction also complete, the stock now looks set for retesting the previous highs. So from a near-term perspective, 1,088 could be a target for Hindalco. Stop us at 1,036.